Hello and welcome back to the Rise and Divine podcast. So, we're on episode 4 now of the New Vision series, and today is all about accountability and sisterhood. So, I'm going to be covering both of those topics. And if you haven't already listened to the first 3 episodes of this series, then go back and listen to them because each one falls really nicely into the other, and I'm going to be sort of relating each one to each other. It's sort of like a journey, like I'm essentially like taking you on a journey through each episode. So last time we talked about making it a lifestyle and how to really embody those aspects and embody habits and healthy routines into your life and embody your higher self. And this leads me into accountability and how to actually keep yourself accountable once you have created it into your life and embodied it and started to make it a part of your lifestyle. So accountability is essentially how you are going to keep yourself accountable, keep yourself on track, and keep yourself consistent. So accountability, it can be inspired by other people, like other people can help you stay accountable, and then you can also obviously keep yourself accountable. So I really want to get more deep on how to keep yourself accountable, because there is only so much that other people can help you with, and this is exactly what I spoke about on my not my podcast, we're on my podcast, on my Instagram yesterday, about how your coaches and people you hire or people that you work with, say for example a business coach or a fitness coach, they can only keep you accountable and help you so far. A lot of the work really does have to come from you, and it has to come from you embodying your next level, embodying your higher self and wanting more for yourself, and deciding who it is you're going to be and what it is you want from your life and how badly you want it and how badly you want to stay consistent and on track. And it all comes down really to the relationship that you have with yourself. This is the most important thing that it comes to when you want to keep yourself accountable and when you're on this journey as well. So that's why like the mindset work, I talk about it so much and why it is really so important, because without that, if we just rely solely on other people, we're not going to get very far. And we want to make our results and our lifestyle sustainable. This is a really big thing that I speak so much about, and it's sustainability. It sounds boring, but when you think about it, we want our results, we want this lifestyle, we want our goals to last us for a lifetime. Like, we don't just want to do a program, come off the program and then feel amazing, and then a couple of years or months down the line fall off track and fall into our old ways. Like, no. We want to stay on track, and we want to know that this is going to last us forever. Like, forever. So everything that you learn, everything that you embody, that it's the longevity is there and it's ingrained in your soul, like it's ingrained in you. And yes, you might need to revisit it and come back to things, but you're going to have this for life and these tools for life. So that is why the embodiment and the mindset work is so important. And let me tell you as well, let me just let you in on something that I've learned this past couple of weeks. And this is, I want to make this relatable as possible. So even for this podcast, so this is the last episode of this series, and I realistically could have got this done in a month, but for some reason I, longed it out, and it's now been like 2 months, I think. And I'm just, I sat down today and I was just like, why didn't I do this sooner? Like, it doesn't take me long to do this, and I actually love doing these episodes. But for some reason, I did not keep myself accountable. I did not hold that place for myself. And I just let I just let it slip, let it sort of like take a backseat, and I didn't make it a priority enough for me to get it done within the month. And in hindsight, I really don't get why I did that. But at the same time, I feel like there is a lesson in everything. And if I can teach you one thing today from myself, then, we all go through it. And it's easy to say, yeah, I'm going to do this. But if you've not embodied that version of you, and you don't see yourself as, that like becoming that future version, things are going to slip. And it's okay if they do. Like, it's okay that this happened to me, because I know now, like, what is important to me and how I can sort of rectify it. So the biggest thing I always say is, do not be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up if it doesn't go to plan, or if you do slip off track, or you take a different route, or things take a backseat. It's okay. Come back to yourself, come back to what's important, and just make sure you are finding that space within you where you can rework things and just reset yourself. And that is how you are going to keep yourself accountable, is being okay with falling off track, is being okay with messing up and making mistakes. Like, you come back to it. I will not stop doing this podcast. I will continue with more episodes. I've got so much more planned and loads of guests that I want to get on. Like, I'm really excited for it. Same with my business, like, my coaching business and everything like that. Like, there's so much coming that I'm not going to allow me taking a little bit longer to do something, or not doing something the way that I imagined or envisioned, to throw me off and make me stop. Like, no, we keep going and we don't stop. And it has to come from like a really deep rooted self-belief and self-love for yourself to keep that accountability there no matter what. Because having a couple of weeks or a month where you've not been as consistent, don't let that stop you from keeping your accountability for the long run. Like I was saying before, you want this for life. Like, this is a for lifer experience that you are embodying right now. It's not just something that you're gonna take on for a couple of years and then stop. Like, this is big. This is a big deal. Like, it's a big thing that you're working on. So make that commitment to yourself and really, really work on that future version, and work on who it is that you want to become and embody to keep yourself accountable, okay? Because if you're not embodying her, then it's just going to make it so much harder, and you have to make those decisions. And you also have to look for inspiration. So for me, I know that I was acting in an old way, like an old self, an old sort of mindset, and it was really keeping me stuck. And I know this very, very well, this feeling of stuckness, like stagnation, like just feeling like you're not moving forward. It's so common. Do not let that stop you, and learn how to work through that and decide a new way and create those sort of elements of what you want to embody and what you want to become, and seek inspiration outside of yourself. If you are always seeking inspiration inside of you, like, you're going to so easily fall off track and go back to your old ways, because that is all you know. You really have to decide to like put a stop to it, seek inspiration, gather what it is that you are getting inspired by, and what makes you feel good, and what makes you feel empowered, and what makes you feel like, yeah, you know what, I can do this, and I am empowered, and I am like gonna achieve what I want to achieve. And then you have to utilize that and action it. That is like where the magic is, like in that situation. And I did this today. So honestly, the past couple of weeks I've been like really tired, like the weather's changing, just been demotivated, uninspired, and like just really sort of sinking into an old way of thinking and feeling, and not feeling inspired by myself, like really sort of being hard on myself. But I have to make that decision for myself that that's not how I'm gonna act anymore. This is not how I want my future to go. So that's why I sat down today and I was like, no, do you know what? We're making that decision to change, and I'm seeking inspiration. I'm reading watching podcasts, I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm talking to people who really inspire me and gaining that insight so that I can then move forward and keep myself accountable for this journey. So that's what I want for you as well. And then I just wanted to talk a little bit as well about sisterhood and the power of sisterhood, women supporting women. Honestly, like, this is not talked about enough. And I know for myself, I know for other women as well that I've spoken to, like, we all have probably some quite deep, like, sister wounds to heal within ourselves. Like, we might have had relationships in the past or friendships with women that maybe haven't gone to plan, or have hurt us or have wounded us, and it stops us from creating bonds with other women and from creating that sisterhood and that community. And I know that I've experienced this myself. Like, sometimes it makes me hold back from connecting with other women, but then you know, we really can't let that stop us from trying and from seeing what is out there, because I have made some really beautiful connections with women just from sparking up a conversation and putting myself out there a little bit more and not being afraid of being hurt, or being seen, or, you know, being rejected. I think that comes up quite a lot with like women relationships, is sort of like maybe that element of rejection and not being accepted or not being welcomed, which is okay and that's fine. And if that happens to you or has happened to you, that is completely normal. But women, like, we have so much power when it comes to each other, and supporting each other. Like, whenever I have a conversation with my friend and we're like, right, let's have an empowering conversation and let's just tell each other like something that we love about each other, or 3 things that we love about each other, or what's like something motivational that we can tell each other, like, you know, today, and help us get through our day or get through whatever it is we're going through. And I can't tell you how much this has changed my life, because there's a version of ourselves that we see, and then there's a version that other people see. And when that is reflected back to you and someone is literally telling you their honest opinion of who you are and how they see you, and it's all like amazing positive things, it will fill you with so much joy and so much confidence, and it will make you feel so empowered. Even I've done this with my friend before, like constructive criticism and giving each other pointers of where we think, you know, each other could improve, or what we think maybe we're lacking on, or, you know, in a healthy, constructive way. This also really, really helps, because sometimes we need that. Like, we need other people to sort of tell us where we can improve, and just be honest with us. And that is the power of sisterhood, and that is why I've created the Divine Collective, because I truly believe in that so much, and I believe how healthy and important that is, and like how much we can really raise each other up. And, you know, this is like my sign to you to go out and seek your tribe, like seek your sisters, and like, you know, those bonds with other women, because you never know what is out there. Like, I've met so many women in the changing room of my gym. Like, please do not underestimate the power of a gym changing room, because you could really, really honestly build so many beautiful connections with women there, or, you know, in other locations as well. But that's just one, for example. Or even social media, if there's a girl that you follow and you love what she posts, and you know, you feel sort of connected to her, reach out, send her a message. You do not know what you could build from just that one message. And, you know, don't be afraid. Like, please don't be afraid. And not everyone needs to become your best friend. Not everyone needs to, you know, become like a really close person in your life. Like, sometimes it's just about building connections and sharing wisdom and sharing inspiration with that other person and empowering each other. There is so much beauty and power in that, and that is honestly what I'm here for. Like, just changing that sort of trajectory of, you know, moving away from like maybe like a negative perception of women relationships and what women can do for each other, and moving towards a healing sort of possibility of how we can really, really heal each other and empower each other and raise each other up and build that sisterhood and heal each other's wounds. Because, you know, women supporting women is true, it's real, it's a real thing, and it's really, really powerful. So yeah, that's everything from me today. I hope you enjoyed, and please let me know your thoughts on this episode, and I'll be back soon with some new episodes that I'm planning and some new guests as well, which is really, really exciting. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.